People kept saying today how fitting the name Chief Mistawasis is for a bridge. It connects people and places. In the same way, Mistawasis connected settlers with Canada's first people. He was chief of the Prairie Tribe when Treaty 6 was signed.
Today is a very, momentous occasion for my nation. It's part of the whole process of reconciliation. Chief Mistawasis, 140 some odd years ago, began that process when he acknowledged the territory by welcoming the newcomers to share the land. Reconciliation for us began, when treaty was signed.
The North Commuter Bridge has been in the works since construction began about 2 years ago, after the Truth and Reconciliation Commission had released its calls to action for Canadians. The naming is in part a response to them. Number 79 in particular urges governments to commemorate the contributions of Indigenous peoples throughout Canada's history.
The bottom line is that this is the name that answers the call for reconciliation.
Shirley Eisbister was on the committee to name the bridge. She says there were almost 500 submissions from the community. Those were whittled down to 4 with the help of elders, city officials, and residential school survivors. The other names considered were Louis Riel, Wanska, and Wichihitowan. The last 2 are Cree words that mean to arise and the act of helping another.
Chief Mistawasis, the Mistawasis people have used this river for a long time for the livelihood, for thousands of years, and to have that connection as people go over the South Saskatchewan River on Chief Mistawasis Bridge helps to tell a long story about the way people have lived in this land and in this territory.
Some of the almost 500 names submitted will be added to the city's master list for future naming projects. This project, now known as the Chief Mistawasis Bridge, will open in October. Bridget Yard, CBC News, Saskatoon.